Welcome. So, this topic map aims to describe salient topics in the domain of furniture design, objects, people, companies, and more, and the semantic relationships between these topics to facilitate user discovery about the domain. As a big fan of furniture design, especially mid-century modern, I've been thinking about creating a design database and website, something like an all-music guide for furniture. In the course of this assignment, I came across the site Design Addict, which is actually pretty close, but it has limited categories to search on. I do think topic maps provide a lot more flexibility and possibility for exploration in this domain. This topic map focuses on celebrated furniture objects, the kind found in museums as well as homes, and the people who create them. It is not intended to be a comprehensive resource on design and manufacturing methods and processes. History and aesthetics are important concepts here, and this is not primarily for creators looking for guides on furniture craft. So who is the primary audience? This topic map is intended for design enthusiasts, design blog readers, new students of industrial design, design history buffs, who wish to learn about notable furniture objects, the people who design them, the companies that produce them, and the connections between all of these. So my topic types. Company and person were a bit tricky. Companies can be here both manufacturers and design studios, but sometimes both. They're not necessarily mutually exclusive. For person, most everyone that I have here is a designer, but there are other roles, and again, they're not always mutually exclusive. So I went in these cases with role types rather than subclasses. Now, furniture objects, which incidentally is a rather clunky name, but furniture is a mass count noun, so I went to town with the subclasses here, getting a basic taxonomy of furniture types started. So that was fun. This is certainly extensible. What I have at the moment for occurrence types. So here are my topics and how they fit together. Pretty much all of the associations include either furniture object or person. Except for those involving location, all the associations feature one or the other of these. So these are pretty standard associations for the domain, I think. Furniture objects are designed by someone, manufactured by a company. They're made of materials. They represent certain styles, certain techniques are used in their making, so forth. And for person, again, these are kind of the typical associations I think you would have. People here design objects, they do so for companies, they might create those companies. But I did find a lot of interesting person-to-person relationships in this domain. There are many family businesses, apprenticeships, collaborations and partnerships, husband and wife teams, and so forth. Designers generally don't appear to work in isolation, like, for instance, writers might. There are a lot of people working together in studios and learning techniques from one another and influencing each other and shaping styles together. And mapping out these relationships enables some great discoveries in the domain, I think. Now let's take a look at how that's done. So here we are in my furniture design topic map. Let me go ahead and start with a furniture object. Here's everything I currently have. And since I hope to one day own one, let's start with the iconic Eames lounge chair and ottoman. So here is much information about and associated with this piece of furniture. The year it came out, its designers, the manufacturer, style it represents, materials used in it, so on and so forth. Now let's click through on one of the designers, the famous Charles Eames. Again, so here's lots of information about Mr. Eames, things he's designed, the companies he's associated with, one of which, incidentally, he apparently founded. His influences here in the section on the personal relationships I mentioned. We have his wife, Ray Eames, whom he's collaborated with. Let's take a look at another collaborator, Eero Saarinen. Some of the same types of information here about Mr. Saarinen. He is the child of Eero Saarinen. People with whom he's worked and influenced, and let's take a look at the company with which he is associated, Knoll. Now for Knoll, we have both for the company objects it manufactures, as well as designers that are associated with it, which might seem redundant, but I did want to provide a direct association between companies and designers. In a lot of cases, there are very strong associations with some. There's some companies which are practically synonymous with certain designers, and I wanted to be able to provide, again, a very direct way for people to move from one to the other. Let's see. One of the designers associated with it is, incidentally, a founder as well, Florence Knoll. So let's take a look at Florence. Some things she's designed, award, the style that she's an exponent of. And interestingly here, we see that she was a student of Eero Saarinen, who we just saw was an influence on Charles Eames, and the father of Eero Saarinen, one of Knoll's designers. So there you have it. One interesting little discovery made with the semantic relationships in the furniture design topic map. Thank you very much.